have themselves some Stacey Dales, okay? Let's welcome her in right now. She's always with the Bears for us, and this week she'll be with both teams over in London. Good morning, Stacey.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon. High tea to you guys back in America. What a beautiful stadium. You referenced it, Mike. This is the home of the Hotspur in the Premier League. This is really the NFL of the UK, if you will, for soccer. So what a facility it is. We're going to see Chase Daniel, guys, in just the fifth start of his career for these Chicago Bears. And they are pumped because if ever a team loved its backup quarterback, it is the Chicago Bears. He is 2-2 all-time as a starter in his career. Obviously, two of those games coming just a season ago with these Bears when Mitch Trubisky was once then injured. This year, it's the other shoulder. I asked head coach Matt Nagy, what are the strong attributes of Chase Daniel as your starter? And he said two things, leadership and anticipation. So it's the leadership guys in the huddle, directing the players, getting them into the right formation. And then it's the anticipation of knowing where to go with the football. He's been with Matt Nagy, as we know, for several years. New Orleans, the Chiefs, and now the Bears. He's also, guys, played in two London games, one with the Chiefs in 2015 and one with the Saints in 2017. So he's well aware of what this feels like. The Bears came in yesterday and they're super pumped about Chase Daniel to lead this team against a once again hungry Oakland Raiders squad as we get ready for a fun one. The first NFL game ever, guys, here at Tottenham Stadium.
There you go. They are super pumped. They are super jet-lagged, Stacey, but they'll be okay. You're cool. You were ready to go for us this morning. We appreciate you. We'll be back with you later. Thank you, Stacey. How will the Bears offense fare without Trubisky? Well, since 2018, they're better when Mitch is in the lineup. They score more points, rack up more yards. That's the goal of the game. It's the goal of playing offense, Mike Rob.
Yes, it is.
But the biggest difference is on third down.
That's because of his legs.
Takes the snap. Goff has time. Throws inside. Picked off again. Off the fingertips of Everett. Diving for the ground was Kendrick Thompson. What a play.
A 44-yard field goal with 15 seconds remaining in a Thursday night thriller.
It's up. And it's no good. Rick Zerline misses it.
That was a wild game on Thursday night. And what you didn't see in that clip was Russell Wilson's sorcery out there. I mean, he was able to get out of trouble over and over again, make all sorts of things happen. You had so many things that happened in that game, from the Tyler Lockett catch that was incredible, and the throw, too. I don't know which was better, to the juggling catch in the end zone by Chris Carson. But Russell Wilson in this game, I think, really showed everybody how amazing he actually is. What do you think?
MVP. I'm calling it right now, Russ. The way you're playing football right now is unmatched because that offensive line isn't great. They can run the football. They got a lot of maulers that can just jump on the defensive line and maul. So we know they can run the football, but this passing attack and them protecting, it's just Russ back there being Russ, creating offense. And I've played against Russell Wilson, and he is one of the hardest guys I know our defensive linemen always said to tackle in the pocket. But his anticipation of what's going on around him in that pocket, I said I never wanted my son to play quarterback. But watching Russell Wilson play the quarterback position and be that dynamic, I was calling him Houdini, because if he can keep doing this and he can prolong drives and he can prolong plays the way he did in that game, I like Seattle right now.
Why did you want your son to play quarterback?
Yeah, they get paid.
That's the premier position.
Yeah.
You don't get hit in practice.
I know. They wear red jerseys.
They get paid. But do they get
like
paid too much?
Man. I'm a corner. Yeah, we'll allude to that a little later.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
But watching what he was able to do out there, it never even looks like Russell Wilson is in trouble when he is in trouble.
No, he's never really in trouble. And again, he's one of the movement quarterbacks in our league. And it kind of goes back to when we talked about Cam Newton a few weeks ago, and his issues and being hurt and trying to not risk himself to so many hits. Russell knows when to get down. Mm-hmm. He's always in that protective of his body mode. He understands his greatest ability is his availability, right? I think the reason why we don't talk about Russell in the greatest quarterback, right now conversation is because I think we got to see him carry this team to a Super Bowl, or at least get there. I'm not necessarily saying winning, but he's one of the 5 or 6 guys in this league that can beat you with all of his other abilities. He doesn't have to just beat you from the pocket. He can run. If you stop him from running, he can beat you from the pocket. I mean, can you get more efficient than 17 for 23, 4 touchdowns, 268 yards, 150?
Not much more.
You can't get more efficient.
And you still need to see him take them to a Super Bowl before you can put him in that echelon of the great ones.
You know why? Because to win a Super Bowl, right? Like, everything is on the line, right? Yeah. And when we won it in 2013, we were led by a great defense and a beast in the backfield.
Absolutely.
Everybody had to be ready to tackle beast mode. And I think that Super Bowl was Russell's coming out party. That's what we play this game for, a Super Bowl. So when I see him do it in the playoffs and carry that team through the playoffs, oh, yeah, that's when I think he'll be in the national conversation.
Everything they're doing the last couple of, I mean, they had rebuilding years where they won 10 and 9 games, and it's because of Russell Wilson. And a lot of times people say, well, why their offensive line? Why don't they invest more in the offensive line? You don't have to, right? So their roster, the way that they construct their roster, if they have if they draft an offensive lineman, he's just they will retain him, but they won't spend extra money for offensive linemen because Russell's his own lineman at times. And that's what he's doing. So now they'll find good run-blocking offensive linemen that they can find out there. They'll use the rest of the money. Well, they'll give a lot to Russell at $35 a year. Okay, so they're sort of paying for him and his blockers at the same time. But also, they'll use it on defense, and that's why they're strong in a lot of other areas as well here. So, yeah, that to me is the value of the guy. He's more than just the quarterback, which we know is extremely important. He's what's happening in front of him.
It was a couple of years ago. I was on Total Access talking about Russell, and I got a call from Coach Carroll, and we had a very lively conversation. And I said, well, Pete, what's up with this offense? What's it about? It was a couple of years ago. I said, what's the identity of this offense? He said, 3. It's 3. You got any more questions? I think you're right, Coach. I think you're right.
You're absolutely right. Like
amazing.
You said, he makes the guys up front better. Yeah. He makes those receivers better. How many times did we see guys covered and Russ extending the play, and then it was a big play because he was able to extend the play, and those guys were able to just do the scramble drill and get open.
That pass to Tyler Lockett, it was almost like Russell Wilson was throwing it away.
And
it was just like it was put in the perfect situation.
Tyler boxed the defender out, too. That was a great job by the receiver.
1,000 yards this year. That's what's going to happen for Tyler Lockett. Just throwing it out there, speeding it into a distance, everybody. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit here. We're going to talk about the Patriots. They have the best defense in the league, and tomorrow they see a team playing their third quarterback in the last 2 weeks.
Why they showing the interceptions that Josh Allen was throwing? Is it because I'm a Buffalo fan?
What and who to watch for in the Patriots and Redskins? That's coming up next. DeAngelo Hall. We got Michael Robinson.
What's happening? Wake up. Let's go, man. Let's go.
And Mike Garafolo.
You made fun of how I said too legit, too quick.
That was hilarious.
I was trying to emphasize the two and the two.
Too many
to explain.
syllables, man.
I know how it goes.
We hanging.
It's too legit, too quit, like that, right? Did we pay for that too, control room? I think we did.
Can we get a single of you just?
Yeah, we do that right here. Too legit, too quit. Like
there's going to be a whole lot of that coming up your way today, but make sure you hang out with us all day long on Twitter. #GMFB. Send your complaints to Mike Garafolo.
Yes,
everything else.
You always do.
All right, let's start with the best in the NFL. Through 4 weeks, only 3 undefeated teams are left. The Niners, the only NFC team without a loss. They're coming off the bye, hosting the Browns on Monday night. Then the Chiefs, 4-0 for the 3rd straight season. That's just what they do now in Kansas City, playing the Colts on Sunday night. And, of course, the Patriots, 4-0, taking their insane plus
they should have lost last week to Buffalo. You know that, right? Yeah, you know they should have lost.
You were right. Don't
they should have lost
us. You were right.
I don't even want to talk about game picks. But we will later. Okay, so no better place to start our walkthrough is with the defending champs. They haven't allowed a passing touchdown since last season's AFC Championship game. Here's to you, Colt McCoy. Good luck. It's official. He'll be the Redskins starter. So, Mike Rob, how do the Redskins have a chance to win?
I don't know if they even got a chance to win this tomorrow, guys. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, this might be the best Patriots defense that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady has ever had, and especially in the secondary. I mean, you got Devin McCourty last week, 5 tackles and an interception. I mean, J.C. Jackson, a very versatile big corner who can go inside. He can play outside. He blocked a punt last week. They can match up with any team in the National Football League, and it seems like Bill Belichick is just waiting, and he's preparing to play Kansas City later on. I don't see how the Washington Redskins have a chance, guys. Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis out.
Ooh, all right. That's rough. So it could be a rough one for Colt McCoy, but what about the actual Colts? An AFC divisional round rematch between Indy and Kansas City. Okay, Kansas City there. Remember when the Colts won 10 of 11 going into Kansas City in January?
Yeah.
Well, here's a refresher. The Colts didn't have a first down until just before the half.
Who quarterback that day?
So what you saying?
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't great. So D. Hall, will this time be a little different for Frank Reich's crew?
I don't know. It'll be a little bit.